guys, Dalek coming at you with another Doctor Who custom video. It's of another Dalek again. And this Dalek is basically a sort of hybrid. A Dalek hybrid. It's not to be confused is with Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks, because that's an entirely different thing. But basically, this Dalek is a mashup in terms of design and aesthetic choices from the two Dalek movies. Obviously, it's based off of the Red Dalek seen in both films, but obviously both Daleks were coloured differently. The one in Doctor Who and the Daleks, obviously having black hemispheres and a gold base as well as the gold midsection, whilst the one in Dalek's Invasion of Earth 2150 AD had a silver midsection and a black and red base. I kind of decided to go for a mix between the two. So, yeah. FYI, this is my first attempt at fully painting a Dalek, and not gonna lie, I sort of went into this a little bit blind. I was, again, inspired by Dalek Ideas, custom Daleks, and thought, hey, I could try some of that stuff, because, you know, it's not like I'm lacking in time or anything. So, as you can see, it's a bit of a, you can obviously see that it's not really a professional job. Paint bleed all over the place. But basically what I did was, for each section, like, so for the dome and the skirt and all that, I basically added multiple layers of red paint so that, you know, it wouldn't, but so that if it peeled off, there'd be another coat underneath. I had originally tried painting the hemispheres black. As you can see, these, the two with the screw holes in, would, so these two, they would have been black, but I decided to paint them red again, and that wasn't a very good attempt either. But I decided red because the Sharpie I was using basically explodes every time I use it. It's just a inky mess. So, yeah, try something different next time, I think. But, you know, one thing I am really glad about is the dome lights, because basically they're just two bits of Lego spray painted red, just like with my previous Dalek. But yeah, they're just two bits stuck onto the dome. Obviously, with them being conical, it's like the closest thing we have to actual dome lights for a Dalek, or at least the closest thing I have for a movie Dalek. And the gun is just what you find on a 60s Hartnell Dalek, because I didn't have a spare 70s and 80s gun for this Dalek, so artistic liberty there. Also, this is sort of a mashup with, like, the Daleks from the 60s Dalek comics as well, because obviously they didn't really care what guns the Daleks had. I mean, later on they did, but at first they didn't, so it's like a homage to that. I didn't bother painting the eye stalk because it would have just been tedious and all that, so I just stuck with that. I painted the entire base silver because I thought it would show up better if it was a contrast against the red, which I think worked to a pretty good effect. It's obvious. Well, this Dalek was basically a Saucer Pilot Dalek before I painted it, so this once looked like this, and as a result, so it's obviously looking a lot different, isn't it? So, while this isn't a perfect custom, I'm far and away willing to admit that, I feel like it's a good stepping stone. I feel like if I had a chance to do this again from scratch, then with the whole hindsight thing, I think I'd know what to do, what not to do. In comparison to the last custom that I did, obviously this one doesn't look nearly as good as the black and silver one that I did, but obviously I didn't paint the whole Dalek for that custom. I simply did the base and the dome and the midsection. And another thing, this Dalek was easier to take apart than the last one. The last one had rusted in screws and all that, so bit of a engineer's nightmare there. But this one was easy to take apart. And yeah, it was an experience and an education, and I can't wait to do my next one. And I think if I did it use this sort of body, it'd probably be easier than if I had one with slats, because obviously the ones with slats have an extra piece over them, the slats themselves. But yeah, no, this is good for what it is. That is, as I said, a stepping stone. So yeah, thanks for watching the review, guys, and hope to see you next time with another review, maybe next week.